Right.
You know, let's say, hey.
I'm here with
Good morning,
Bill.
good morning, good morning.
Bill, Misfits for Jesus. Okay, so we're looking at the bathroom. Hold on, let's. So here's the back of the bus.
Yeah.
And here's the front of the bus. All right, and so we're going to look at this part first. This is the bathroom. So wait a minute, what is this?
That's a closet. We just added a closet for storage. We're going to put shelves in here, so we're going to add
closet for storage. And you got so you built that around the wheel well.
We built that around the wheel well. Let's go around the wheel well.
All right.
That's just the kind of closet we added in.
And you shaded it. You made the windows.
We did. We sprayed the windows. There's a
sprayed them.
It's a spray that you can buy that fogs the windows. And if you go outside, you can't see in the windows. So we just did that in the bathroom area. We'll probably put a curtain in ours as well, probably just for.
And we got another
security.
one. It's just
This is a self-contained toilet, and the nice thing about boxing out the wheel well, when you sit, you're not sitting way down.
So it's actually sitting on the wheel well.
Sitting on the wheel wells, that's where we put ours.
And then this is a self-contained toilet.
Self-contained toilet.
So you just lift it up.
It does have liquid. It does have a flush button, so there's liquid in the flush. You just actually dump that in the toilet when you're done.
And you can go one or two, but this is recommended just one.
You recommend just one. If somebody really has to go, you can. It's a toilet.
So and how do you empty it?
It just picks right up. You pull it right out, carry it in, and it's got a drain. You just dump it into another toilet.
All right. And so it's not going to come running out. You just hold it by. You can turn it sideways, and you're fine.
Well, you can because it goes down into the sealed spot.
You're just holding it in place because you got that.
I put that board in there so it can't slide around, and that way it's easy to pull out. That was my idea.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And then you got a sink here.
Got a sink here that has water.
So the sink is in the same
space. We actually added lights. We got LED lights, and we have the pump for our water. Our water pump is over here.
Mm-hmm.
So underneath here, you have the gray water container. It's 5 gallons. Really, we figured that's all we need. We made it portable, so in the winter months, when you use it in the winter months, it can all go in if you don't want anything to freeze.
So there's actually two buckets back there in there.
No, the pump is here. The good water's right here.
All right.
That's our drinking water. This is the drain for this sink. That's just a drain for that sink. But here's our water supply. Runs on 12 volts. And 12-volt pump.
12-volt pump, and then you got this baby right here.
Then we got a refrigerator. We put a refrigerator in, and because we actually have outlets in the bus, we added outlets. We actually have 120-volt outlets in the bus.
Okay, I gotta see that. And those are coming. Where are those coming from?
Well, it comes from outside where the generator is. All that power we ran, we drilled a hole through the floor down where the generator is, and brought the cord in the bus.
Okay, but it's in that container.
It's down below in our container because we have a basement in the bus. You guys could probably add a basement pretty darn easy.
Yeah.
All that room's there. It wouldn't take a whole lot to add that if you really wanted to, but that's where we had was the basement.
All right, and then for storage, you got a heater down here. Is that okay with all the wood around?
These heaters work. Yeah, this is just the intake. The heat comes on the bottom.
All right.
So that's just air intake. We did that so nobody steps on it.
Yeah.
The heaters in this bus, man, they work. When this bus is running, you turn on the heat. I was impressed how warm these 2 heaters get this bus.
Okay.
So it does heat the bus up very well.
But you have to have it all.
You have to have it running when you use those. I mean, if you want to get some other kind of portable, I would just be careful what kind
you didn't insulate the floor at all.
No, we just left it the way it is.
All right.
I didn't want to rip out the floor. I mean, I know a guy that got one that did that. Bruce is totally redoing his, but he ripped the whole floor out and redid the whole thing. These are actually shelves that actually turn into bunk beds.
So these shelves.
This is a bunk bed.
Okay, so that's.
So when we did our conversion, we set them made up as beds to show them that these are actually bunks. Well, we can use them for shelves and we can use them for beds.
All right, and you already showed them all that?
I sent it in right now. I'm waiting for to see if they accept us.
Okay, so here's the toilet, and there's the exit, emergency exit.
So it's actually it's also if you just want to use it for air, you can push him out. This one broke because he broke it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't want to turn the level on it. Oh, it didn't go up like it was supposed to that time. This is supposed to go up with it. If you really want. Just here, you can push it up in its vent. It's an emergency exit if you turn this, so don't turn the latch because then it comes off.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just want to use it for air, you can just push it straight up. When you're done, just pull it straight down. So it's an emergency exit slash, vent. If you got enough windows in here, you probably don't need that. But see, the reason we did it the way we did it, Dan, is everything is portable. We don't have to put tanks underneath the bus, especially in the winter.
Yeah.
Then you got to worry about driving to some place to dump that if you fill that tank up with,
Right.
potty.
Now you gonna be putting something on that so people don't...
Yeah, we'll probably cover that one up too. Just to kind of so people don't step on it.
And it's just a 2x4 and a 2x4 and just hook it up to the wall?
Yeah.
How do you attach things to the wall now?
We just screw them in.
Just screw them right in, huh?
Yeah, we screw into this for one, because it's a solid. But you gotta be careful. There's power running on the bottom of this, so make sure you screw up here. All your power going to your lights runs in this chase. We checked it out before we put screws in, just to make sure they're up.
Did you get a manual for this stuff? No. Okay.
We just took things apart and looked.
Yeah.
You can't see him, but the 2x4 screwed into here. And he screwed one in down here.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he did the floor thing, he just mounted it. So yeah, you can. I don't know if you can see one of them anywhere. Yeah, he's got him hidden now. You can't see him. But the main 2x4 is screwed in right here, and I think we screwed into right here, because that's where the seats are bolted to. And we know it was steel.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's solid as a rock. Once you start putting it together, it ain't going nowhere.
All right, so...
I mean, you can put in all the, your bathroom, you would want to have this. I said, I don't know how much you need to do. Once you do, we got to you move that door, because once we put in the sink, it pushed it over.
Yeah.
How much you want to do, the same kind of thing. It's nice to have the storage. I don't know if you're doing some Bible studies or whatever you're doing up in the bus. We just did this. We overkilled on the RV. There's no way I think they can deny us an RV permit for the bus.
Yeah, I mean, you just need these beds right here and you're good, right?
Well, you actually have to have a dinette, kitchen tables.
You got to have the kitchen table. So
we're going to convert. So that's your kitchen table and your bed. We just overkilled with the bunk.
Now, how does this work as a bed?
Well, you got lower poles, and the table lays right here.
Okay, so
these are the lower poles. So when we set these in there right now, that wood is even with the seats, and you just put a cushion on it. It's a bed, and you pop it up. It's just like any kind of RV, any kind of pop-up camper. That same kind of scenario.
Yeah. All right.
Same kind of scenario.
And so you got a bed here, and
then you got kitchen table. It meets your kitchenette and your bed qualification.
All right,
and two bunks, which we actually use as shelves.
In fact, if I did that one more down, no, I couldn't. I was just thinking, I could stand in one place to teach and have people on this side and people on this side looking, but I guess I'd have to turn around.
Actually, all of this. Stand on that end and teach this way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
If you're teaching, you just stand here and just have.
But I could
your congregation or your people you're teaching behind you.
But I could probably I could turn around these two seats, pull up the tables, and have a classroom this way, and this is where the dinette is.
Yes. Oh yeah, you can move it further down. You don't have to leave as many seats in as we did. I just let them if we go to Milwaukee or somewhere. I want the whole team to be on the bus to ride down the bus with us.
That's right.
Depends what's happening. That's why.
That's right. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 seats. Yeah.
If you get lower to 12, whatever your team is, that's the whole reason we did.
All right. So there it is.
And that way, technically,
I like that, and I can. Is there any way that you have figured out to fit in a stairway off from the back of the bus?
We've never thought of doing that yet. Back in the day, the old bus had one that was made that was portable that they just put in the back of the bus. Ruth had a stairway that somebody built for them that was portable. That they slid it in the door, And they used it when they, you know, because back then they used it as a food. They walked in the front and got food, walked out the back.
Right.
You know, back in the day. I'm not really figuring out anything like that because I don't think we are going to use it that
And
way.
do the speakers still work?
Mine do work.
Yours do work. Are they new?
Well,
They're old.
I think they're originals.
Original?
But I can actually speak at them. I have an intercom.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping we can do too.
Yeah, I got the intercom in there, so.
All right. All right. Well, I'm hoping.
You don't necessarily need this, depending, because you don't want to be wearing a classroom. You may not need this. You may be able to get away with just that, and then still be able to have your chairs, depending what you're, you know. But that passes as your bed qualification. And then as soon as you see the sink and the running water, that pacifies that. You do need a refrigerator or an ice box in it. That's one of the 6 things you need to do. I got to get you that darn list too. I got to find that list for you.
Do you remember offhand what it is? Refrigerator.
It might be in my car.
Refrigerator, sink, toilet with a sink, bed.
If you do the drinking water and the refrigerator, and then the kitchen dinette combination beds.
Yeah.
And then if you have a generator on board, so you have 110 volts, there's your qualifications.
110. So 110 volts have to be in here too. That's the 6 things then.
That's only 4.
Transformer, toilet.
Generator, toilet, kitchenette combo, and refrigerator. Because if you call it qualified kitchen, that counts with your sinks. So that's part of the same combo. We put the one separate in here too, the one for the bathroom. This is an add-on. We just did this as an add-on. It's going to be bunk/storage for us. You know, we're not using it as going somewhere. We're going to have storage, our barrels, our gloves, just some of the stuff.
What's in the barrels is the kits.
No, these are gloves and the hats that we got.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The kits for hygiene kits.
Before the kind of kits, they just came like this.
Yeah.
That's when the church had that drive for us.
Yeah, okay. I like it. So, and that's just power from the generator coming up right there, right?
That's my power coming in from downstairs, yep. Then we ran it underneath.
And I got to figure out how I can weld, but I don't need to weld a whole big thing. I could weld a little thing.
You can weld
just
a small
enough room,
just for your generator.
Just for the generator.
Absolutely.
Right.
If that's what you want to do, it doesn't need. Ours is just we were blessed with the storage. I think this one was the one that was the sports bus that hold the sports teams around. That's why it had the bottom underneath.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just need. I would leave it a little bigger, so you can maybe put if you want to put an inverter down there.
Something?
Inverter. We also have what's called an inverter.
Yeah.
So it turns 12 volts into 120. So when we're running down the road, we have power on them outlets.
Yeah.
So you can either get it via generator, via inverter, or via plugging into a park that has power.
And you're saying you got 12 miles a gallon to get down to St. Louis?
When I'm guessing when they told me how much fuel they put in, the thing on the highway got about 12.
Wow.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That little one gets less mileage than this one does, because this is a diesel, that's gas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's rolling down the highway. It did very, very well. 60, and here we're going 65, 68 miles an hour down the highway. Do like nothing, just rolling down the road.
Yeah.
So.
All right.